This is TommSlickTV.com.
Are you ready?
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You ready?
You can't handle
The naked truth.
Welcome. For those who don't know, this is Elder Mininister Ajabu, your host for After Naked Truth. This program is designed to strip the clothes off of well-dressed lies, and there's a bunch of well-dressed lies running around here. So if we're going to be stripping the clothes off the well-dressed lies, then the truth will be naked. And because the truth is going to be running around here butt naked, this program is rated X, because the truth will not have on any clothes. So if you are afraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth, then you better go and listen to Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh, or one of them other clowns that's out there putting clothes on the truth so that they have a well-dressed lie. Today, I want to talk about voters' education, and I want to talk about voters' education from the position of people of African descent. Historically, we have been using our vote, and it's not taking us forward in this society. 50 years ago, a little better than 50 years ago, Martin Luther King in the Southern Christian Leadership Conference waged a struggle for us to get the vote. And he was successful. We got the vote, but in getting the vote, we were not taught how to use the vote. And because we are using our vote to pretty much vote Democratic all the time, it allows the Democrats to take our vote for granted, no matter whether they represent our interests or not. What am I talking about? When you're looking at, let's just take Senator Joe Donnelly. And let me say up front, I don't have anything personal against these people that I'm going to talk about, but I'm talking about a political strategy, a voting strategy that is going to help take our agenda forward. What is our agenda? Our agenda is to have life, liberty, and be able to pursue happiness without being impacted because of our African descent. How do we do that? When it comes time for us to get loans, we got to be able to get the money. When you look at this city, because of the discrimination that we have experienced in the past, they have come up with a law, an ordinance that says that the city must do at least 15% of its business with businesses owned by people of African descent. 15% of the city's budget, which is about $1.2 billion, is $150 million that needs to be going through the hands of black businesses here in this city. And the state has the same thing. And it says the same language. At least 15% of the business done by the state, of the state's budget, needs to be done with businesses owned by people of African descent. Who has told you that? All of these people on the city county council, in the state legislature, they ain't told you. I know one, Senator Mike Delph, he spoke about it publicly, but people would say, he's a Republican, And they even are trying to malign him to the degree that the state Democratic Party put out a flyer talking about Mike Delph is a hater and showed his picture there in Charlottesville with them racists that were marching and who ran over that white woman just because she liked to be around black people and thought that black people ought to have rights, the same rights as white people. I'm opposed to that. And I'm opposed to that because that man wasn't at that rally. That man don't think like that. And see, if he did, then he's fair game. If you got some instances where you can show that he was a racist, put it out there. And Lord knows I'll stand with you because I stand with the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. But just to put out that dastardly lie just because he's a Republican, I can't go with that. That's the reason why I don't play party politics. I vote, and I'm gonna talk about a strategy on how to vote, but I don't play party politics because the party has its own truth. It ain't the truth. It has its own truth. And here is a good example of the Democratic Party, the state Democratic Party. They had the nerve to put their name on this flyer as distributing a bold-faced lie about a man being at a rally where a woman got killed because she felt black people, people of African descent, should have the same rights as white people here in this country. Why would you do that, Democratic Party? And so now what does that mean? There are people in the Democratic Party whose truth mechanism is skewed. And see, let me give you some history. When you're talking about the original Ku Klux Klan, when it organized itself, they were Democrats. I know y'all mad, but I'm telling you, I'm unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. If you can't stand the truth, go listen to Rush Limbaugh. Go listen to Sean Hannity. I don't care. You might want to turn in PraiseIndy.com. Oh, Ajabu, you didn't. Yes, I did say that. Because they be on that line supporting them Democrats. And again, I don't have anything against them personal. But I hear Cherish Pryor doing a commercial for Joe Donnelly. And she talks about that he is with black people and anti-Trump. Well, that's not true. If you look at Joe Donnelly's record, almost 2/3 of the time, 6 times out of 10, he voted with Republicans. He's supposed to be a Democrat. And again, I ain't got nothing against him personally. I'm just telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. The man votes with Republicans more times than he votes with Democrats. If you look at the Republican Party, and that's how they align themselves. Who is that boy? Andrew Gillum, who's running for governor in Florida. He said about his opponent, and this morning he said the same thing about Trump. He can't call him a racist. He's not going to call him a racist. But when he look at the racists, they call him as one of them. Now, whether he identifies with that calling or not, you can't say. But the racists seem to feel that he's a racist. And I'm saying that if Joe Donnelly is voting 6 out of 10 times with the people who support or think that the people that he's voting with are racist, then what are you doing voting for Joe Donnelly? Yet and still, and this is nuanced, you want to align Senator Mike Delph with that ilk, and there's no proof. It would be different if there was proof. Andrew Gillum out of Florida has proof that the Klan came out and supported his opponent. He has proof. There's no proof that I've seen or that the Democratic Party has shown where racists have stood with Mike Delph or Mike Delph has stood with racists. If the racists stand with Donald Trump and Joe Donnelly stands with Donald Trump, then Joe Donnelly is standing with a man who racists support. Now tell me, as a person of African descent in America, where is the benefit of that? Why would we continue to do that? But you say, well, his opponent says he's going to stand with Donald Trump. Well, what's the difference? Both of them support Donald Trump. And now this is really going to mess you up. I don't care who is in the White House. I don't care who's in the Senate. I don't care who's in the Congress. Whether they be Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, atheist. Who's ever in the seat of power, we have to have a conversation with them. Because they are the ones that are making the decisions that's either getting us our interests or helping us to realize our interests or not. So yeah, I met with Joe Donnelly yesterday. I have nothing against Joe, but he's in the seat of power. Veterans Administration is trying to take me to the WHO. I had an operation. They supposed to pay for the operation. $26,000 is the cost of this operation. But they going to tell me that they're not going to pay for it. Now, they didn't say it was because I was black. But they done paid for everybody else's. Why won't they pay for mine? Joe Donnelly sits on the Veterans Affairs Committee in Congress. So yeah, I spoke to him and I told him, yeah, Joe, I got a meeting today. We're supposed to be trying to work this thing out. But if it don't work out, I'm going to need you to intercede. He said, call me. Gave me his vet rep. Call me. You know what I'm going to do if it don't go right? I'm going to call him. I'm going to say, Joe, they didn't pay for my operation. I got the benefit of this operation because of my valor shown in Vietnam. The military gave me the Bronze Star, which is the second highest medal that you can achieve in the military. Because I'm a wounded soldier, they give me health care. Because of that health care, if the procedure that is that I need is not given at VA, they say I can go to a private hospital and get it done. I did. And VA is supposed to pay for it. If I need for him to intercede, I'm going to look for him to intercede because he, at this point, is the senator. Does that mean that I think that you should vote for him? No. Because he, more times than not, if you look at Donald Trump's agenda as being anti-people of African descent, then Joe Donnelly, 6 out of 10 times, votes with Donald Trump's agenda. If you see that as being anti-us, then why would you give your vote to someone that's anti-us? Yeah, Bron said he's going to do the same thing, but he says he's going to do it. Joe has already done it. If you're looking at the power of words as opposed to the power of actions, actions speak louder than words. Our strategy should be to take over the House of Representatives. And we should take over the House of Representatives, which is now controlled by Republicans, so that we can get to the truth of how the president and his family has been moving with Russia and that country, so that we understand whether there's been a coup when Donald Trump got elected and not a shot fired. I'm telling you, I'm unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. Now, in order to take over the House, because now they can actually, and when I say take over the House, I'm talking about Democrats take over the House. In order to take over the House, you would have to vote in this district, the 7th district, for Andre Carson. Y'all know I got problems with Andre. Andre is supporting a woman who has falsely accused me of stalking her. I'm willing to take a lie detector test. And not only am I willing to take a lie detector test, I'm willing to pay for her to take one. I ain't stalked no woman, let alone no white woman. You can't look. I don't stalk people. People stalk me. My producer wanted to do, he wanted to do a promo where the press was stalking me. And I had to tell him, and they do that, and it was a good promo. But at the end of it, I was popping somebody in the head. I said, no, we ain't gonna do this, not in this environment, because I wouldn't do that, and I don't want to send out the information that I would do. Now, I'm not gonna let anybody hurt me, and I do believe in defending myself. And we should too. And I believe in defending myself. I don't care if you're police, politician, or just run-of-the-mill clown running around here trying to hurt somebody. Don't hurt me or try to hurt me, my wife, nor my family, nor my people. I'm telling you, I'm unbossed. Unbossed and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. We need to send a message to the Democratic Party that they can no longer take our vote for granted. And we can send that message by voting against Joe Donnelly, because he's voting Republican anyhow. So if another Republican is in, we got the same thing. But the beauty of it is that now we have sent the Democratic Party that you can no longer take our vote for granted. And not only have we sent that message to the Democratic Party, excuse me, we have sent it to the Republican Party that, look, our vote has value. If you are going to get with our agenda, and our agenda, the one item that I said, is to make that $150 million start coming through our community instead of going over our community, out of our community, not through our community, then we can, and on the heels of the history that I had with him and his grandmother told me, because I helped to get his butt out of jail, that if there was anything that I needed from her, just ask her, Miss Harvey, is Mr. Ajabu stalking you? The woman said no. And then the judge said, oh, who's Andre's friend? The judge told her, look, you got to answer that question yes. If you don't answer that question yes, then I can't give you the protectable. And so the white woman, excuse me, Judge, yeah, he's stalking me. Well, she's lying. She's lying, and Andre is supporting the lie, but I'm telling you, if we're talking about a political strategy, then you need to vote for that clown. Because it ain't personal. I'm talking about a political strategy. We need to have someone and take over the House so that we can have the investigation to see what's going on. Andre's a Democrat. I don't like Andre, but I'm advising you to vote for Andre because I'm about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. I am unleashed, unbought, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. Let me say something else before I got to get out of here. When you're talking about Terry Curry, why in the hell would black people vote for Terry Curry? He done let police get away with shooting us down in the street, murdering us, unarmed. Aaron Bailey was stopped because he had a traffic ticket, because he done a rolling stop through a stop sign. When they got through with the stop, he was dead, unarmed, running away. Terry Curry says, oh, I'm going to recuse myself. That was a political strategy because he knew if he was the one that exonerated the police, then that would make him look bad in the eyesight of people of African descent. Well, let me tell you something, Terry Curry, you don't look no better. And see, we're waking up to the games. Okay, this is how they do it. See, it used to be when I was younger, if I needed to tap somebody in the head, but it wouldn't be good, I tell my partner, hey, partner, you do it. And so he go tap him. You understand what I'm saying? And then they think it would be me. And I said, no, it wasn't me. Wasn't me. But see, that's what they doing. Curry knew that the police officers were going to be exonerated before they were even investigated. But in order to make like the wheels of justice were rolling efficiently, he says, well, I'm going to bring in a special prosecutor. I'm going to bring in my white guy from somewhere in Indiana. White guy from somewhere in Indiana. You know what your job is. Let them police go. Don't lock up the po-po. And it didn't happen. So why would we vote for Terry Curry? He ain't doing nothing for us. He's letting the police get away with murder. I'm telling you, I'm unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. If you can't stand the truth, then you need to get up out of here. Go listen to Sean Hannity or Rush Limbaugh. I think even Willie Bobo got a show. Go listen to him. Because I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. And so I'm saying, what have I said? Let me wrap it up. We need to support those politicians who will make the state and the city follow the law and do at least 15% of their business with businesses owned by people of African descent. That's at least $150 million. If that kind of money starts coming through the neighborhood, there's only 300,000 of us in Marion County. You take $150 million and divide that up equally, that's almost $2,500 a piece for every man, woman, and child that lives in Marion County. We need to have politicians that support that initiative, that will make the city and the state honor the law. Senator Delph says that he will do that. I recommend you vote for him. And I forgot to talk about the school board. Serena Slack Saritha Slack, make sure that you vote for her. Vote for her because she's accessible. She's got some integrity. What else did I say? Don't go in there and vote straight Democratic nor straight Republican. We got to go in there intelligent. We've been going in there voting straight Democrat, and that allows the Democrats to take our vote for granted. It allows Joe Donnelly to vote with the Republicans 6 times out of 10 times, which we look at as the people as being against our interests, but because he's Democrat, we continue to vote for him. No, send a message to the Democrats that no longer can you take our vote for granted. Send a message to the Republicans, look, if you push our issue, if you start making at least that $150 million start coming through our community, you can get our vote. I don't know about you, but my money look best in my pocket. Right now, my money is in the mayor's pocket. That money needs to start coming through the neighborhood. I'm also saying that vote for Andre Carson. And I don't like Andre. I don't like him. But I'm telling you to vote for him. And I don't like him. Y'all heard why I don't like him, because he's supporting a lie against me, a white woman lying against me. I ain't chasing no white woman. I ain't chasing any woman, let alone a white woman. I don't chase women. They chase me. I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth. But the deal is, I'm talking about a strategy to where it's that 50 years from now, if we implement this strategy, we won't be in the same position that we find ourselves now as we found ourselves 50 years ago. It's time for us to start using the vote to where it starts impacting our interest so that we start moving ahead and stop getting shot dead in the streets, unarmed. Patrick was beat up by the police. He's in handcuffs. Reminds me of Michael Taylor. They shot him in the head, handcuffed. They didn't shoot Patrick, but they beat him up. It's time for us to use our vote to where it's that we stop that from going on. I want to close by again inviting y'all to come sit in the studio, 6250 West 38th Street. Inbox me. Let me know you're coming. We'll have somebody there at the door to meet and greet you and bring you on back. And if you let me know you're coming, I might even provide some refreshments. Now, it won't be Jack Daniels. It might be Jack, but it won't be Dave. But let us know, 1 o'clock. Well, actually, you need to be here at 12:30 on Thursday, 6250 East 38th Street. You can also hear this on 91.9. West 38th Street. Did I say East? 6250 West 38th Street. I'm looking for you to be here. You've been listening to Elder Umoja Ajabu, your host for After Naked Truth. Unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. You know I ain't got but one question for you. You ready?
This is TommSnakeTV.com.
You can't handle the truth.